I'm a little bemused by the fads and fashions you find in the motor industry, and the four-door coupe is one of those. I mean, we all know that a coupe is a two-door design, and a four-door belongs to a sedan. So, where does the four-door coupe fit into the picture? Mercedes started the trend with a rather ungainly and impractical CLS, a large car with a droopy silhouette and rear headroom good enough for children only. I know Spike loves the car, but then he's not exactly Leonard Stadnik either. More recently, we've seen the emergence of the Porsche Panamera and the Aston Martin Rapide, both four-door variations on a real sports car theme. But the Volkswagen CC doesn't pretend to be a sports car, although the 3.6-litre V6 powered flagship tested here is no slouch, and it doesn't have the premium car pretensions of the Mercedes-Benz either. Instead, it's a more handsome, more polished variation on the Passat theme. If you're wondering what the CC in the Volkswagen nomenclature stands for, well, then the first C is for coupe and the second C is for comfort. And the car itself, of course, based on the Passat, which has grown into a large but fairly bland sedan in recent years. At least this car is a lot more attractive. The arched roofline, the softer rear, and those striking wheels make for a car that really does turn heads. Volkswagen here may be coy about the CC's Passat heritage, and you can see why. This car is sleeker and more tailored than its mass-market relative. There's discreet brightwork to emphasize the smooth lines and wind-cheating profile, while distinctive wheels and different lights ensure a more compelling presence too. Simply put, the CC is the aristocrat of the Volkswagen family, and it's reflected by the cabin's appointments too. This particular example of the CC is the flagship of the range, and it has an interior to match. It's a very elegant and upmarket execution, and I'm surprised by these seats, which are very sporty and sculpted for support. On the whole though, it's a bit on the conservative side, and it's just as well that they've brought in these metallic accents. Nonetheless, there's no denying that the CC's cabin is a comfortable and luxurious place, with all the bells and whistles the discerning motorist could hope for. Besides, the execution is absolutely top class, with the same reassuring solidity and premium feel usually associated with top-end brands. The standard equipment list is comprehensive, with only the optional hard drive and sat-nav system a significant item on the added cost options list. There's abundant space at the rear, which is configured for 2 individual seating positions, while the access to the front is convenient thanks to the wide opening doors. All of this makes the CC a luxurious 4-seat tourer and one with ample power on tap. The power unit of the CC is a lot more aggressive than its elegant line suggests. It's a 3.6-litre V6 producing 220 kilowatts of maximum power and 350 newton meters of torque. It's an engine that really sounds good, and it means that the car performs particularly well. But there's more to the V6 than ample output. It's also impressively frugal in fuel consumption terms thanks to its efficient direct injection design and the fact that it's coupled to a 6-speed DSG transmission, which further contains drivetrain losses. The gearbox adds welcome driver involvement to the CC package too, but I missed shift panels behind the steering wheel, which would have identified the big Volkswagen as a true driver's car, especially considering the performance on offer. The V6 engine might have a lot of muscle, but it goes about its business very unobtrusively, which has the effect of understating what this car does from a dynamic perspective. The figures, however, do paint a rosy picture. 0 to 100, 5.6 seconds, top speed 250 kilometers an hour. And the bottom line is that this car does actually have a lot of get up and go. Given its size and premium positioning, you'd expect the CC to place the emphasis on smooth, unfussed and rapid progress, but hurry the big four-door along with verve and you're rewarded with a composed and communicative chassis that remains fairly neutral under duress and doesn't suffer the vagaries of excessive body roll. The CC is not a small car, but it is a lot wieldier than you'd expect, and part of the reason is the steering, which is crisp and responsive. Also contributing, the 4Motion four-wheel drive system, which adds a lot of traction, and the result is a car that's a lot more rewarding through the twisties than you'd expect. On the open road though, it's the refinement and the sophistication that really impresses. It's that sophistication and refinement that CC buyers will be demanding most, allowing them to savour every note delivered by the car's superb sound system and to make the fullest use of all the luxuries on offer. Convenience is a consistent theme throughout, dictating ergonomically efficient placement of the switchgear so that the overall driving experience is always an intuitive and enjoyable one. In fact, given that this is a Volkswagen, this is a car that always exceeds expectations. The Volkswagen CC proves that the four-door coupe concept can actually work. It transforms a pretty conservative sedan into an upmarket and elegant coupe, while still retaining those Volkswagen virtues of value and versatility. Most importantly though, this is a car that's great to drive and satisfying to own. The big V6 not only sounds the business but also performs with enthusiasm, ensuring sporty dynamics. The DSG transmission works a treat too. Compared to a Passat, the CC looks every inch the highbrow fashion machine. However, its toughest task will be to convince would-be buyers to spend almost R500,000 on a Volkswagen.